friends, Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, back again with another BuJo Babble. In today's BuJo Babble, I wanted to touch on how bullet journaling is maybe shifting for all of us in the time of COVID-19. Of course, as always, our own individual experiences with our own unique bullet journals won't be exactly the same as anyone else's. But I think a lot of us, as we go through very similar experiences, are facing some of the same struggles when it comes to our BuJos. What is a bullet journal at its core? I tend to think of my bullet journal as a combination of a productivity tool, a creative outlet, and a mental health aid for mindfulness. Perhaps for you, it's only for productivity. Or maybe you don't really use your bullet journal for productivity at all, and it's just for tracking and improving your mental health, or expressing your artistic side. However you typically use your bullet journal, there's a chance that in this time of self-isolation, perhaps being out of work, or maybe working from home for the first time, that your bullet journal might look different than you've ever seen it. I'm here to tell you that that is totally okay. If you're using your bullet journal more than ever, that's great. If you haven't picked up your bullet journal in weeks, that's understandable and totally fine. If you've started adding much more art to your journal than ever before, that's awesome. If you've completely stripped back your bullet journal to pen and paper, writing out daily lists of what you have to get done, that's excellent. Just as there's never a one-size-fits-all way to use a bullet journal, there's not a one-size-fits-all way to react to a crisis. While perhaps before this crisis your most used spreads were your dailies or weeklies, maybe now it's a brain dump page or journaling spreads, just to let all of your thoughts and feelings out on paper, to try to process what's happening. Maybe you used to spend hours on creating beautiful artwork in your bullet journal, and now all you have capacity for is writing out what you have to do in your regular old messy handwriting. If that's what's helping you, then that's what you should be doing. I've heard from some of you that you're feeling guilt or stress or shame over the amount that you are or aren't using your bullet journal, or how you're using it. Maybe you feel bad that you spent time on that spread that you never filled in. Or maybe you skipped a whole month, or maybe even 2. Maybe you've been neglecting your more productive spreads and focusing all of your energy on creating something beautiful. And maybe these changes are making you feel like you're doing something wrong, or failing somehow. I just wanted to tell you that it's all okay. This is an unprecedented situation that none of us have experienced before. These are not normal times, and you don't need to have normal expectations of yourself or your bullet journal. Please don't beat yourself up over how you may be working from home or homeschooling, over how productive you are or aren't, over how you're using your bullet journal. We are in the middle of a global crisis. Please remember to allow yourself to just exist rather than achieve. It's okay if this is a time for just survival. We don't have to take this as an opportunity to climb mountains. I think a bullet journal can be an incredibly beneficial tool at all stages of life, and especially in a crisis such as this one. But just because a bullet journal can be beneficial doesn't mean that it will be beneficial. It's okay if you need to take a bit of a break. It's okay if your bullet journal looks different than it ever has before. I wanted to make this video to send out a message to the community to remember that this is a time to try to be kind to ourselves, to be understanding, to not put too much pressure on ourselves to be more productive than ever, to do things we've never done, to achieve goals that we've had on the back burner for years. If you find yourself managing to be more productive than ever, using this time to make things and grow, that's amazing. But if you're using all of your energy just to keep going, then that's amazing too. Our bullet journals are a reflection of our own minds, of our state of being, of our lifestyles. And for a lot of us, all of those things have changed drastically in the last few weeks or months. Please don't be too hard on yourself And remember that your bullet journal is meant to make your life just a little bit easier or happier or better. Not just a little bit harder or more stressful or worse. I'm thinking of all of you right now, hoping that you are as safe and well as can be expected. I hope that bullet journaling is helping you right now, and I hope that the things I'm creating are helping just a little bit too. We all deserve a little bit of a break sometimes, and I think now might just be the perfect time. It's okay if productivity looks different right now, and you are not weak for needing rest. Thank you so much for coming to my bullet journaling in the time of Corona TED Talk. I hope it was helpful in some way or another. Please share this with someone you know who also has a bullet journal, who may be stressed right now or struggling. This video is basically me telling all of you what I need to hear right now. And my hope is that it will help at least one other person out there. Sending my love to all of you, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye, friends.